Hey everybody, we're back once again. It's Spike Magazine's 2021 Almanac. This is a collection for all you Blood Bowl enthusiasts out there who played the beautiful game, which collects basically all the issues of the magazine with the most sort of like important new team articles from 2021, along with some additional new content for star player teams, some multiplayer rules for Dungeonbowl, and then a retrospective on some of the big star players in like the Blood Bowl universe and how to include them in your team permanently. So if you missed any issues of Spike Magazine this year, this is super handy. This is a way of having like a permanent, nice, hardcover, full color collection of the rules that kind of come out, I want to say maybe quarterly, maybe more than quarterly. Spike is like bi-monthly, like every 2 months. I learned the difference this year between I was this many years old when I learned the difference between biannually and semi-annually. Semi-annually means it comes out twice a year. Biannually means every 2 years. So this would be semi-monthly. No, bi-monthly, every other month. I think Spike Magazine comes out. I'm going to screw that up again. So what do we got in here? We got the new teams. So things like the undead stuff. Whoa, check them out. The Necromantic team, which was super cool. Came out earlier, I think in 2020 actually. The Wolfenburg Crypt Stealers. And of course, Frankenstein back from the dead. Literally. As well as Wilhelm Chaney, the Sylvanian Nighttime Leagues, the Monster Mash. And that was one issue. And then this Bryce the Slice Campbell, which was a white. All the cool comics that were part of that, and the color section. The Boganoff Barons issue, which had all of the new Imperial Nobility team stuff in their background. The new stories for Griff, as well as their team roster. So if you're missing the rosters themselves, this contains the team rosters for the Necromantic Horror team, the Imperial Nobility, the Black Orc team, because this was the second part of the new launch. So the Thunder Valley Greenskins and Vera Grillchur. As well as some example starting rosters and deployments. Then you've got the Khorne Mutilating Rampage, the Khorne team with their Khorne Gores and all that stuff. I'm stoked to play against this. Mike's pinning it right now. I gave it to him as a thank you for coming in and playing all year. And he's in the middle of getting it all painted, along with a Khorne, the squirrel, who's obviously a Khorne player. And the miniatures are rad. Nashork Blackhoof and all their team roster stuff. Their own weather table for playing when Khorne's actually watching and it starts to rain blood. And there it is, Eviscerate and Slaughter. I love that they brought in a, whatchamacallit, Scala Anfagram. The Khorne pitch setups. And then Khorne on the Cob. Because of course they have a Khorne on the Cob joke for the Khorne team. So silly. Max Spleen Ripper, Lord Borak wearing a tie. These books are fantastic. My favorite thing about 2020 Blood Bowl is that, so like the 2018 like redo, it was still fairly serious. Like it took itself fairly seriously. Since 2020, they just don't, it just doesn't, like they are fully leaning into how ridiculous Blood Bowl is, and I absolutely love it. I am here for it. I want more art of dudes drinking pina coladas out of skulls, and Lord Borak the Despoiler in a necktie. A game that doesn't take itself seriously is a game that I can play forever, and I absolutely love it. The comics are fantastic. There's the color section for the Khorne stuff. And now we're into the sort of like the core rule stuff. So this is the stuff that's fairly original. So rules for recruiting all-star players for a whole team, doing a draft or a random method, and then like the differences for your pregame sequence and stuff, how their loner would work. They normally have the loner X, but when you hire them forever, they don't have it, so they lose the loner trait. How they get SPPs, you don't need to record for them because they're as good as they're ever going to be. And their injuries, they just miss the game. They never actually die because they're legends. Optional league rules for going on to long-term contracts and hiring them for a while, having them stay on. How much you're going to pay to do it. And then more classic characters like Beric Farblast brought back with his, his football shooting bazooka. Creek Rustgouger, the giant rat ogre. Fungus the Loon, he is a absolutely classic miniature. Fungus the Loon might be one of the original Night Goblin fanatics. I actually have Fungus the Loon on a combat card I'm pretty sure the first time I ever actually saw him, which was Combat Cards was there was a more modern version, but the original one was just a very fancy war. Fungus Saloon is one of, yeah, I think I actually posted pictures of some of those Combat Cards that were stuck in the rafters at my family's hunting cabin up north. Same with Bobber Dribble Slot, classic Goblin star player. Multiplayer Dungeonbowl, so playing Dungeonbowl with multiple end zones and how insane that can be. Some examples of how you would lay out the dungeon for multiple end zones and where they would be. So like 1, 2, 3 player end zones, I think that is. This one has 1, 2, I think they're counting that one as an end zone over there maybe, or what, that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually. Oh, this one's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 end zones. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 end zones, I think. And the game mods for like how you win the game. I really want to play Dungeonbowl. Again, Mike picked up a copy. I wasn't able to get my hands on one, so hopefully he'll get it painted up and we'll be able to play some games. And then doing advanced ref rules, like giving out red cards. Could you imagine? Red cards and rules for the refs that actually do it. So the 2 refs that came in the new box set. Redker Forgebeard and Elnos Lawkeeper, and how they hand out stuff. And the Roll of Honor. How many people have won the Blood Bowl? The first Blood Bowl 1, won by the Dark Side Cowboys against the Chaos All-Stars. Blood Bowl 2, the Dwarf Giants. Blood Bowl 3, the Vinheim Valkyries against the Reckon Reavers. 4 was the Gouged Eye. Who won 20? The Elfheim Eagles. And 30 was the Orklyn Raiders. And in 29, there was no championship because of the war against Chaos. Yeah, because of the giant Civil War. Oh man, then more history stuff, and then just like a color section of like painting tips and stuff for how to do the various teams. And that's it. What a great collection. So yeah, basically this is if you missed all of the issues of Spike and you want to have a complete collection of all the rules, because this is where you're going to find them actually like in print with background, with team setups, and like with like the color sections and stuff too. They put it all together in one place for you. So I think for the completionist to play Blood Bowl that wants it in a nice hardcover edition, these almanacs are fantastic. It means that if you don't keep up with the Spike Journal or Spike Magazine over the course of the year, you don't have to worry about it. At the end of the year, you're going to be able to pick it up and have it all in one place. So yeah, and I don't have all the Spike magazines, so I'm very glad. And actually, it's funny because I gave the one with the corn roster to Mike with the Chaos team. So I'm glad I have this because now I have all the rules if I want to do the team and stuff in the future. So anyway, there it is. A look at Blood Bowl Spike presents the 2021 Almanac. Big thanks for watching. Until next time, Mash. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look to the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continuing to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.